I'm just making this like quick in-between video. I am working on some new tutorials to post, but I was watching someone who was talking about DaVinci Resolve and their journey as a filmmaker. I might put her link to her page or her channel on this in the description or as a pinned link. But she spoke about how she was starting to learn DaVinci Resolve and color grading and editing and just getting into DaVinci. And she said it was either it was that it was scary, she had this scary feeling or not. But it got me thinking because I've been working in DaVinci from since version 7, and it got me thinking like, hey, DaVinci Resolve isn't scary. It might look that way, but it isn't. So like, let me go from the color grading tab, because the edit tab, quite often people could jump in there and get a good idea of the tools. But I think what's the two scary parts in this application is the fusion tab and the color tab. So I just like, let me just jump in and just give some basics about the color tab that I think any beginner needs to know. And it's gonna help you to like, hey, okay, I don't have to use all the tools, but these are the very specific starting blocks that I can get away with using that helps me to reach pretty far down the line. So let me just take this shot. Let me see if this is a good shot. Okay, so I'm gonna show you something. Like I took this. Let me turn off the grade. I took this and I brought it to this with this entire color grade. So it can be as complicated as you want it to be, but it also can be pretty simple. So let me take this shot, for instance. There are a few things that you need to know. Okay, this is the viewer. This turns off and on the grade. As you can see, it says bypass. But what are the key things that you're going to be doing is in here building the node tree. You could build node trees. This node tree, for instance, have nodes in parallel. And you think, oh, do I always have to have that? No, you don't. What the main thing you want to be doing in the beginning is there are two halves. There's color correction, meaning like if I look at this shot, I want to balance this shot out so that it looks the way that I thought it was looking when I was in the room, because I can see there's a color cast, a tint. If I look back here, I'm trying to get the neutral type colors more neutral. So you're just basically trying to get things to look natural. So you're balancing the shot. So that's the first key thing that let me press a button by mistake. That's the first key thing you're trying to do with a shot. Is just simply make it look normal, aka balance it out. So there are a series of first nodes I would say that you need to have. Let me reset this one. Let me just give you the names. First of all, you want to balance the shot, like you see me done just now. Let me put this back, balance. And after you balance, you want to fix the exposure. After you fix the exposure, you want to set the contrast. And after the contrast, you want to set the saturation. This is the entire color correction aspect of your work. Why is it in this order? Or let me explain better. It's important to put it in this order because you have to think exposure is the amplification of a signal, right? This down here, you have exposure. This is the global exposure. Now, you don't need to understand the tools yet, but just the ideas. And then I have other tutorials on my page that could go into detail into things, but just to get you out of that fear. This is the key thing. Exposure amplifies, right? But you want to have an exposure done, an amplification, after you have fixed any balance or any colors that's incorrect. So you don't want to amplify an error in your image. So that is why, let me reset, right mouse, reset color grade. That's why first you want to balance out the shot. You could just do it based on looking at the screen. You see that looks about right? So first you want to balance out the shot, and then you want to amplify the shot to the right exposure that you think with looking at it like, yeah, that looks okay. And then afterwards you want to say, does this have enough contrast? And down here you can see the word contrast. Just check the contrast. That looks okay. And then on top of that contrast, you want to set the amount of saturation that you want. So you're like, I would like it to be a bit more saturated. So now, just looking at it, you say, this look like how I would have wanted to film it when I was on the scene at that moment. So that's the first thing you want to do. Have a nice base. You want to do then the color grading aspect. That's a creative aspect of this all. So let's add a new node. And you add node, you can right click and do add node, serial. In the beginning, when you start to work, just use a bunch of serials behind each other and just get your head wrapped around the idea of color correction and color grading. This part here, we're just going to do color grading, which is being creative with the look of things. So now if I say, hey, I want this here to stand out, then you would go, and this is something called a power window. It's just adding somewhere that you want. And I'm only going to, let me put a marker here. I'm only going to work on one frame so that we can get a better idea of things, because I'm not going to do the tracking, etc., which complicates things. This is just to get your mind in the right space of, hey, this isn't difficult. Well, I think I'm going to use tracking, but it's pretty straightforward. I'm not going to do anything else more complicated than that. So yeah, so if I say I want my attention to be on this, then I can say we back to the exposure, and I can say I want to increase the exposure a bit on that one thing. You see, I can completely increase it. And then I can go to the next node. Let's go back one. Let's expand that out a bit. So this is, click on the number. This is without, and this is with. So what that does is it simply allows it to stand out a little more, without and with. Now it's a bit more extreme than I would normally do, but I just want to bring across a point. So what you're doing when you're color grading is you're trying to decide, emphasize whatever you think is important for the viewer to be focused on. So now we have that, and we can say, okay, I want the rest of the stuff in the image to get darker. So here you have, it's called the key palette. You can actually see where that window, I'm gonna go here, click this, where you can see where that window actually affects the screen. So what I'm gonna do, very simple, I'm gonna say I want the alpha, so the black and white of it, I want to pipe it into the next one. And that, well, let me do it a little different, a little easier. I click this, right click, and I want to now color grade stuff on the outside of that node. So I come in here, I go add node, and I say add outside. And it sets settings and everything inside of this node for you instead of doing it manually. Okay, so now any changes you make are going to be on the outside. What's white is going to be affected. So here you can see what's inside. Only the stuff that is white is affected. And this one automatically set it up for you to deal with just the outside. So I say I want to bring down the exposure. You can see I could bring it all the way down. So I bring down the exposure of the rest of the stuff. That looks normal, so it doesn't stand out too much. Let me see here. Yeah, and fade this out a bit more. And then we go back to here and we play with it. What I like to do is I like to do this kind of fast moving so that my eye don't adjust too quickly to my move, because if you move it very slow, you might see the difference. So moving back and forth gives you an idea of how much effect you're having. And I can come back here and check that. Okay, turn it off for a moment, off, and I say, okay, let me click this, see what it is without and with, without and with. I could decide, you know, it's falling a little too much on top of that object. We can bring this across more so we get fall off happening more outside. So instead of it hitting there, we're now hitting here. And we can see, does it have any effect? Off and on. It also turns off this back here, or at least the effect of it just happening to the background. Let me turn this one off. Let me go to here. We can say on and off, on and off. And you can see it's subtle. So now we pass that out. We go on to this one. Now I can say, okay, now that stands out. If it moves to any frame, this is going to stay in that place. So we have something called a tracker. You're going to do a lot of use of trackers. Once you put a window on something, you're going to use a lot of tracking to keep it in place. So this here is the back and forward tracking. It tracks it, goes backward. So now let me turn this off. This is how it looks with and without. And you can see we didn't have to do much nodes. It is basically just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 nodes, and we already have this image color corrected and color graded. So it isn't as scary as you might see others have these huge amounts of nodes to get something done. You don't need that many. Sometimes it's just a simple node tree could get you there. And we haven't touched on anything with colors, etc. We just make it look correct. All we do is we do exposure on this one, change the exposure, put a window where you want exposure to happen, made an outside node to say I want to bring down the exposure on the outside part of what we want to stand out. And I think a nice technique quite often is, it is quite often better to lower exposure from something else and leave the exposure where it is if it looks good. If your correction brought things in balance, then it's nicer to bring down something than to go and try to bring up something and then it brings things out of whack, where then you're bringing down something you might have made perfectly balanced in the background. But it's a balancing act, you know. Sometimes you go back and forth to make that balance right. But a starting point quite often nice is to bring down the background to make the image stand out, the thing stand out where you want, because you might have set the exposure properly already for that object. So this is kind of like a small, like, DaVinci Resolve is not scary. And in terms of the color grading, the other tabs are also doable, but I think here is where people quite often don't understand, what do I put first, what do I put second, do I put the exposure first, etc. I think if you follow this little thing, this as a starting point is going to be extremely helpful to you. And as you saw, I just used 2 nodes and I did the color grade. And this, then I can go, for instance, and this is the edit tab. Let me see if I have something here. And let me see here. Yeah, okay. And let me turn this on. Let me see. I know the shortcut keyboard. I just wanted to show you the menu in the D. And now it's on. Come over to here. And that's already looking all right. So we then go to here. And now we have a nice shot. And like that, let me turn it on and off. And like that, we can do a quick grade and we on to the next shot. So I just trying to do a little quick, like, hey, you don't have to be nervous about coming on the DaVinci Resolve platform and also learning color grading at a given point, because it's pretty straightforward. I would say follow my channel, subscribe, because I'm doing a bunch of these tutorials. I'm going into depth into it. and I think I could help you get up to speed quite quickly. I like to explain the tools that I use in details, not just say like this is the tool, this is the setting, but I'd explain you why. Like I always explain you here with the balance, the balance first, because you don't want to amplify a mistake. So that's why I put a balance. I always explain you in the context and the why it is the way it is, so that you can apply it to whatever situation you're gonna have in the way that you think is necessary. So yeah, so see you in the next tutorial, and subscribe and post any questions you have in the comments. I could answer things I might have just stepped over, or maybe you will have something that you're busy with and you just need a quick little answer, just a reference. So yeah, see you in the next tutorial.